Chapter 2, we're going to begin talking about the piano keyboard. The piano keyboard is one of the most important things that you want to internalize in this class. And the piano keyboard, in fact, is a very, very good representation of musical pitch. What is musical pitch? Well, as you see on page 11, it's how high or how low a particular note is. And so when you go from left to right on the piano keyboard, you are going up in pitch. So low notes down here, medium notes here, higher notes up here. So keep that in mind as you orient yourself in these next few segments. So the first pitch that you want to find on the piano keyboard is what's called middle C. And so what you want to do is to find the center of your piano keyboard. Often it's where the name of the piano is, or it's just centrally located. So find that general area. And then you're going to search for two black keys, so a pair of black keys together, and find the white key to the left of those two black keys. That note is middle C, and that's our orientation point for every other note on the piano for right now. When you go, and I'm going to turn now to page 12, when you move from middle C to your right, you're just going to go through the musical alphabet. So this is the note C, as we've already established. This is D, this is E, F, G. Now, music only uses the letters A through G. So once we hit the note G, we go back to the beginning of the cycle and call this next note A, then B, and then C. So once again from middle C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And in fact, the diagram on your page 12 goes up even further to D and to E above that highest note that we hit before. So again, remember the musical alphabet only includes the letters A through G, and they just cycle over and over and over again. Now let's go in the opposite direction. So if we were starting on middle C, if we want to go to our left, we're going down in pitch and we're going backwards in the musical alphabet. So this is C, this is B because that comes before C, this is A because that comes before B. And then we go back to G because that's the last letter in our cycle. Then F, E, D, and C. So the most important things to remember, first of all, middle C is there. Going in this direction, you are going forward in the musical alphabet. Going in this direction, you are going backward in the musical alphabet. And we only use the letters A through G. So at the top of page 13, make sure that you can fill out that diagram, just labeling these white keys for right now. We're not concerned about the black keys just yet, but just the white keys. Now, once you've done that, you, I'm sure, have already begun to notice that certain letters, so like C or D, the appearance of their keys are consistent. So let me explain what I mean by that. You found middle C by looking for the two black keys and then finding the white key to the left of it. So that was middle C. But you also noticed that this note up here was also a C. And it looks very similar. It has two black keys off to its right. So it's the white key to the left of two black keys. So all C's look the same. It's always the white key to the left of two black keys. You'll also notice that this is a D, of course. This was also a D. This was also a D. So all Ds, not only do they sound alike, which is why we give them the same letter in the first place, but they also look alike on the piano keyboard. So the D is the white key within the two black keys. D within the two black keys, D within the two black keys, and so on. So what I'd recommend you do next is the exercise towards the bottom of page 13, where you just describe the appearance of these white keys. You're always describing them in relation to the black keys. The black keys help you orient yourself. Let me do one as an example. So some of these are a little bit fussy in the way that you might need to describe them, but that's okay. You want to get these pretty automatic by the end of this chapter. So the first one, it says, well, describe what a G is like. Well, here's a G, right? We can figure out C, D, E, F, G. What is the appearance of that note? Well, it's the white key within the 3 black keys. It's in the middle, but to the left, right? So obviously that's a very cumbersome way of explaining it, but as long as you can put some similar words to it, then you're in good shape. If I gave you F, that one's a little bit easier to explain. What does F look like? Well, it's the white key to the left of the 3 black keys. So I'd recommend that you go through and just get used to what these notes look like. Here are a bunch of A's, for instance. Here are a bunch of C's, which you already know. A bunch of F's, and so on. Now, at the bottom of 13 and the top of page 14, I give you some tips on just setting yourself up at the piano keyboard. So you'll want to follow those. I'm not going to be able to demonstrate those right now because of where the camera is focused, but trust that those will help you get set up and comfortable. Now, one more topic in this first section, finger numbers. So when you're playing a piano piece, yes, you want to hit the correct keys, but you also want to use logical and appropriate fingers to hit those keys. So we give fingers numbers to help us specify, oh, play that one with your pinky or play that one with your thumb. We have a shorthand for it. So thumbs are always 1, pinkies are always 5, and everything in the middle you can derive easily. So this is 1, these are 2, 3, 4, and 5. So anytime a composer wants you to play something with your middle finger, then they'll write a little number 3 to indicate that, oh yeah, third finger plays it. So remember, thumbs are 1, pinkies are 5, and you can derive everything else. Just a quick bit of nomenclature. These are the words that I use in the text. I call this thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky for both hands. So go to it. You've got a few exercises on page 14 to complete, and I encourage you just to make use of your piano or keyboard or app as much as possible. It's super, super helpful.